Hi, I'm Gary and I'm a Lennox Business Coach. Today's tip is going to concern residential replacement pricing. Most of the industry prices by a gross margin percent, and for example, you often hear 45% gross margin. I want you to consider the two jobs I've got right here. Job A is an example with a selling price of $4,000. And what I said, we're going to get 50% gross margin. That's going to equal $2,000 in gross profit dollars. And that's going to pay for the overhead, and it's going to generate the net profit down at the bottom. In contrast to that, I've got job B. It's a much higher end system selling for $10,000, but I'm only getting 35% gross margin. That's going to yield about 3,500 GP dollars. My question to you is that each of these jobs are going to take also a crew day. Which of those jobs do you want? Most of the dealers I work with will instinctively go to job B, but really won't understand why. And incidentally, that is the correct answer, is job B. In the HVAC industry, I want you to think about your overhead for a second. Most of your overhead is fixed in nature, which means you've got to pay it in a dollar amount regardless of what the sales are. You pay your rent in dollars. The next thing I want you to think about is how you generate revenue. And it's going to be your installation people that are going to generate the residential replacement sales for you. Consequently, it's that crew that generates the sale, generates the gross profit, that pays for the overhead and the bottom line net profit. My tip of the day is to price for a higher GP dollars. Use that as a method of pricing rather than gross margin. Take a look at this. That 3,500 subtract about 2,000. This job requires just as much overhead in terms of dollars as this one does right there. If I subtract that 2,000 from that 3,500, that 1,500 goes right down to the bottom line. So remember, when you're pricing residential replacement, base it on GP dollars per crew day instead of a gross margin percent.